Good people, what's going on? You guys are watching your favorite podcast, Connecting the Dots. To my left, I have the beautiful
What's
Kimmy
up?
Coco.
It's me, Kimmy Coco.
How you feeling this weekend?
I feel good. I feel better this week than I did last week.
Okay.
I almost hit like 3 people on my way here because the game is going on and people are walking all through the streets
Just
trying to get to that.
Lose.
Who do they play?
Oh, the Panthers. Yeah. Hey,
Are they good, the Panthers?
Yeah. Hey, that's an L. And Cam, he back home.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, the hometown kid, he's back home, too. So
That means nothing to
today.
me because, you know, I don't watch football.
Yeah.
Well, if y'all who don't know, I don't. And I encourage everyone to boycott the NFL.
Boycott the NFL.
I'm with Cap, okay?
I'm with Cap, too. But I still got to watch football at the same time.
Well, you ain't with Cap then.
Now you gotta make sure you watching. You gotta watch what your enemy's doing.
Whatever.
So that's why I'm watching the
There you
NFL.
go.
Whatever.
Make sure
You
I'm
can
on
watch
the
what
same
your enemy
page
is
as
doing because they
Amen.
they be all
Amen.
on social media with it. So you don't have to watch
You gotta
football.
watch the game too, just
Yeah.
to understand.
You can. I'm
How
not
they
even
think.
saying
How they think.
you could watch ESPN or you
But
can
that
watch
still
social media.
contributes to the NFL
And
views.
they also put the highlights of the game, the
Mm-hmm.
actual footage of the game. But see, you know what it is? Everybody wants to be the one that saw the play, so they could be the commentator
But you know
on
with
social
sports,
media.
Like people don't DVR sports.
That's
like,
facts.
When sports is over, it's over.
Hey, it's not the same because now having like social media or
No,
your
it is
friends,
the same. Coming
they'll text you
from
and be like,
an
"Hey, that game was
outsider
crazy."
looking in,
Uh-huh.
all I see the whole next day, the whole couple days later, is the same, talking about the same thing that happened on Sunday. They're going to talk about it on Monday.
That's
They're going to
fair.
talk about it on Tuesday.
Until Thursday
They're gonna
night
talk
football.
and then they're going to
Yeah.
talk about that until the next. Like, it's like you
That's
can
true.
catch up on it later. What you can't catch up on later is rest and time with your family. And, you know, the things that you can't do the other 5 days of the week if you have a job. All day on Sunday, that's a lot of time to be spent on the NFL, but who am I?
But it's a stat out there. I don't know if you ever saw it. But they said with everything that we do with our life, I think we still got like 56 hours of free time, even with sleep, work. all
And
that.
50 of them y'all spend on Sunday watching
left.
football.
Hey, it's fun.
Six
They
left.
got
And
6
it's
left.
ridiculous.
Six to be productive.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's fun though. It's fun. But today we got some really cool topics. Put you on game. Paul Manafort pleading guilty. Kim, that was crazy. When you told me about that, hilarious. Facts and opinion. FEMA and ICE. Coco talk. MGK versus Eminem. Right now I'm not feeling Eminem at all. He's talking way too much. Sports corner. Serena's picture. That was very sad as well. And follow up the Dallas shooting, which was a big tragedy as well. You know, seeing everything that happened
and everything that's going on with that.
Yeah, that's extremely wild. But first off, Paul Manafort. What's up with that, Kim?
Woo, Paul Manafort. So it sounds like an episode of The Sopranos. Like there's a guy who gets a
Pulling it up
job,
right now.
and you know his homeboys, they all collaborate on letting him keep and get this job. So they spread all these rumors, they do all this stuff, they collaborate with all these foreign people, and the guy gets elected, and then they start snitching. It's just like a basic mob movie.
Yeah.
Or any episode of The Sopranos. So
Yeah.
anyway, Paul Manafort was hired by Donald Trump's campaign. And as you know, they have come under fire for colluding with foreign governments, for money laundering, for a whole bunch of other stuff that is illegal, as far as the Trump campaign, as far as them spreading rumors and lies and getting information about Hillary Clinton so that they could destroy her campaign. There was a whole thing behind the scenes going on. So most recently, Paul Manafort, like we said, which is Trump's campaign manager, 69 years old, he was hired to help run his campaign. He not only pled guilty to the number of crimes, he's also agreed to collaborate with the government in helping them find out what's going on. So it's one thing to plead guilty, but he's also, like I said, he's told them, like, hey, whatever you need to know,
I got you.
I got you. Like, Paul Manafort is only one of many of the people that are associated with Donald Trump to get convicted. Paul Manafort, Rick Gates, Mike Flynn, Papadopoulos, Michael Cohen.
Papadopoulos, yeah.
Remember all them? They are all considered guilty and have agreed to cooperate with the government and also possibly with the Mueller investigation of the Trump campaign. He also used to work for Ronald Reagan and George Bush. He helped pro-Russian government party and the Ukraine Society root at least $2.2 million in payments to 2 prominent Washington lobbying firms. So if you're not familiar with what a lobbying firm is, they take their plight to the government so that laws are passed for them. Like, for example, the tobacco industry might have a lobbyist. So
NRA.
The NRA,
Yeah,
they have
yeah,
lobbyists.
yeah.
They cater to these people that are in the government so that their laws can be passed that would, benefit them and what their plight is. So they want less gun regulations so people could buy guns so they can make money, and it goes on and on and on.
Right.
So he's also been linked to ledgers, cash payments of about $12.7 million in his name. He was the go-to guy. You know how, like, you watch mob movies, right? You've all seen a mob movie. There's the guy, the money.
Yeah.
Then there's the guy that's the muscle.
Yeah.
Then there's the guy that's running the operation. So basically, he was the money guy.
Money talks too.
Yeah, money talks.
That's crazy. So you said that he had over 12.7 million in his
I mean,
name?
that was just one of them. He's got
Wow.
so many charges against him that it's ridiculous. When he when he pled guilty, he agreed to cooperate with the government, which one of the things that he has to do now is basically whatever they tell him to do, because he's like one of the things he could do is participate in undercover activities. So he could go on the low. I don't know who won't know who he is now. Of course
Boy,
they
it was
will.
really snitching, man. That's crazy.
He agreed to testify at any proceeding in the District of Columbia or elsewhere if requested by the government.
Wow.
He's also agreed to be interviewed by law enforcement agencies and or government attorneys. He waives any right to have counsel present. So he don't even care if his lawyer ain't there. He's snitching, okay? He's gonna tell it all, baby, and he's gonna tell it all if he got to go undercover. He's gonna tell it all if whatever they want him to do, he's gonna do it. So now, what is Donald Trump said anything on Twitter about that? Nope. But when his lawyer got locked up, he went on the record as saying, "Oh, my boy Manafort would never do nothing like that." Lies. Because now he did, and now what you gonna do? I know he's shook. It's just like you running a drug thing, and your homeboy that was your main man gets locked up. You don't know what you're about to tell them people.
That's real, because he knows everything. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's gotten immunity or something, because I don't see how he's that comfortable.
What could happen is Donald Trump could pardon him, because the president has the right to pardon anybody. But if he does that, wouldn't that make him look bad?
Yeah.
But they don't care, because he looks bad now. Look at all the other shit that he's done, and he's still in office.
Yeah.
So now what they're going to have to see is it worth it to impeach him if he's got all this other stuff going on, or is it worth it to drag everybody into this and just let the law do what the law does? That's what we're going to be facing right now. But if the Democrats take over the House, Sister Maxine Waters will be the head of the Financial Services Commission, which could make him show his tax records. So it's all bad for him right now. That's good, right?
That's very
Everybody's
interesting.
happy. I'm happy, because I hope he tells everything. They made more than $30 million just overseas.
Wow.
And only thing that they're doing now is they're saying no collusion bullshit, because everything that this man is accused of doing has something to do down the line somewhere with somebody in Russia. So they can stop saying all of that.
Wow. It's crazy, because I find it weird how this man is still in office, and President Obama had no scandals, and if he just had one, I can only imagine like what type of treatment that he would have got. So that's amazing to me. It makes no sense.
I think that people just put faith in him because he's a swindler. Like, he's a smooth talker. So there's a different type of people in the world. Like, there's people that just don't care, and there's people that just don't understand. Like, they don't know what they're voting for. They just know that this guy says this, and he represents what he's just the face. And then there's people that are like, are you crazy? Like we are, like.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to me at all. But again, I think that this is white people's hope. So they probably didn't care who it was. It could have been any type of president. If he was just white, speaking to that same sentiment that they've had, then they'll vote for him blindly. So I get it. Like, he can do no wrong. Although he's doing everything wrong, he can still do no wrong in their eyes.
But this is the thing. Some of the people that voted for him so that they could make money, this is how a lot of people made money. This is how a lot of people made money back in the day. Like, the government got involved in all those contracts with, like, people that work on the street, contractors and all that.
Yeah.
Some of those people were tied to the mob. I bet John Gotti wishes that Trump was the president when he was out here.
It would have been easy. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the whole thing, I think the last president that we had was Barack Obama. Like, it's over with. Like, anybody could be the president now because everybody just wants to make money.
But you gotta think too. I was thinking about this the other day. The president position, it's like they gotta be a celebrity now. Like I remember it was a time where like the president was like a position, a prestigious position.
Yeah.
And they was like the celebrities, and meeting the president was a thing. Like, but now it's like it's not like that. And Donald Trump was already a celebrity, so he already got a following.
There you go.
Like you just said, the presidents going forward, they're gonna be celebrities.
Yeah.
But I mean, Ronald Reagan was a celebrity. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm saying George Bush wasn't really. I mean, his father was. I don't think when Bill Clinton got in office, he was like a celebrity. He probably became.
he
one,
was
but
charming. Yeah, he became one while he was running, like during his candidacy.
Now they about to try to have like. I feel like they're gonna have a gay president.
I didn't even think about that.
A woman president.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a Mexican president.
Yeah.
It's like, man,
I feel it.
It ain't gonna be. I don't know. It ain't. It's not.
It's
like
a trend.
That's supposed to be there. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's supposed to like nowadays they trying to make the president a celebrity again.
I completely
Well-
It
agree.
doesn't matter because entertainers are the people that got the most influence nowadays. The president really don't.
Yeah, hey, that's very true.
Well, now they're going to be celebrities and they're going to be also felons
Yeah.
because so Manafort, that same day that he did all this, he went back to jail. So now he's going to be in jail until whatever happens, and he agreed to cooperate while he's in jail. When he gets out of jail, like he basically signed his life over to the
Anything
government.
you need, I got you.
And I'm just surprised people haven't gotten like, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
war on them because
Yeah.
of all this mess. Because when you read about this type of stuff happening in the street, it goes down. You know what I mean?
Very quickly.
But it's
At
just
the streets.
right.
Yeah.
It's like
Corporate world.
Yeah.
the corporate street.
And I think that people sleep on just lobbyists, like
Right.
by themselves. That is where the voting power,
where the
everything
voting
happens
power is.
because money talks. And I think that that's where people have to realize if it comes to us, like in the black community, if you want to have like real
You
politics
got to get
happen,
involved.
you got to pay up.
Yo, you got to get involved.
Lobbyism is key.
It's
You gotta lobby.
key. You got to
Yeah.
lobby. Lobbying is like knowing who you need to know, getting in where you need to get in,
Yeah.
messing
And
with
most
who you
definitely.
need to mess with, donating
definitely.
to who you need to donate to. And that's what I'm saying. Even
Yeah.
if you don't vote, you can donate to people's campaign.
Yeah.
You don't have to live in Florida to donate to a campaign. You don't have to live in California. Like if you see somebody,
true.
look at what happened in Detroit. The reason in Michigan, the reason why the people got in Flint are dying literally is because they voted for the wrong person. That's it. Because the guy that got in office, he switched the water supply from where it was coming from to the river. And when he got in office, he like fired everybody, appointed his own people, and boom, just like Trump is doing.
That's what happened.
But it's like, I don't know what it's gonna take for us to wake up and just be like, yo, my life really depends on who is in office. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's gonna take. Like people say, and it's so cliche now, like, and the water in Flint is still dirty. Like you see those memes going around,
Yeah.
and it's just like so cliche. We get so used to being in that space.
Yep.
Like we can't do nothing about it, but just keep saying, oh, and by the way, the water in Flint, like, nah.
It can change.
Right.
Yeah, it can change. And I think that we give politicians too much power sometimes.
And it's all in the power of the people.
It's all in the power of the people. And again, I think that we are not literate when it comes to politics, finances, all that stuff. Because again, I think most people don't even know what lobbyism is. And that's why organizations like the NRA have so much power, because they have lobbyists, like to a T. So once you start paying off politicians, then they'll start implementing all the laws that's for you.
And
in
they
your
never
organization.
speak up until they get their skirt pulled. The
Yeah.
NRA never felt like they had to defend themselves until people started pulling their skirt. Like, nah, what are y'all talking about? All these kids in these schools are getting killed.
Yep.
All these people have guns without the right to. And then they started making excuses. So the power's in the people. That's